think you're cute, but really you should know. I just came to say, hey yo. Bing 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 bang bang. Hey yo. Bing 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 bang bang. Hey yo. C'è la luna mezza mare, mamma mia, mi maradare. Figli a cutterare, mamma mia, pensaccia tu.
Hey, your fidgeting is distracting me. I can't help it. I have ADHD. Why don't you just stop being distracted? I can't help it. I have ADHD.
I was a child. You didn't have to know the names of everything. You didn't have to be an expert in mental health or psychology to know that something was wrong. And when you noticed that I was acting differently than my peers, you treated it like it was a behavioral problem. Like there was something inherently wrong with me in the way that I viewed the world. And when I was confused every fucking day of my life, when I was having panic attacks at 7 years old, you didn't have to know what it all was or what it all meant. You just had to know that something was wrong. I was a child. It wasn't my job to ask for help. It was my job to be loved for who I am, and instead you treated it like a behavioral problem. And now, in my adult life, the only kind of love I know how to accept is that, where I can't be myself.
Phrases that have been said to every neurodivergent 1,000 times.
Whoa, slow down, you're talking way too fast, I can't keep up.
And what we actually want to say back.
That's ironic, because you're actually talking way too slow that I can't keep up. Whoa, alright, is there a volume down? You're practically screaming. Whoa, is there a volume up? I can't understand a single thing you're saying. Whoa, slow down, you're like a speed walker. Why are you walking so fast? Dude, I'm going my courtesy speed. Why do you all walk so slow?
And lastly, a thing every neurodivergent hears is like a couple words out of a sentence, and instead of asking what for the third time, we just politely smile and nod.
Okay, perfect. I'll see you there. What did I just agree to?
Want to make you smile. Somewhere in these eyes, I'm on your side. You are sweet Caroline.
Add a little bit of spice.
She rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love to love her?
You know what I think is such a goofy expression, and it's definitely hurt neurodivergent people? Curiosity killed the cat.
I just can't fathom how being curious and asking questions is a bad thing.
You know, when I just want to understand the deeper meaning of something and I'm curious about it, or I just want to know for the curious reason, like, always getting ostracized and like criticized, or it makes no sense. Like us neurodivergent, we think about the big picture. We are big thinkers. We want to change the world, right? And like
Curiosity is the reason we have things in this world, like the greatest discoveries in science and just the earth in general. Like curiosity is the reason behind that. I don't know, it's weird. But yeah.
we hurt neurodivergent people. Curiosity killed the cat.
First of all, I'd like to say go follow them. They're amazing. Their content is great. But second, I wanted to say I saw in the comments a lot of people were saying that that's not the full phrase, which is correct. The full phrase is curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. So I wanted to talk about another phrase that really hurt me as an undiagnosed ADHD person growing up. I'm sure that you've heard the expression, jack of all trades, master of none. Well, the full thing is jack of all trades, master of none, oftentimes better than a master of one. So yeah, remember that. Just because you're not a specialist or a master of your trade doesn't mean that you're not skilled.
I want to talk about bottom-up thinking versus top-down thinking. Autistic people have bottom-up thinking. Say we walk into a restaurant. We have to piece together everything. Where is the host stand? Where do I sit? How do I order? What is that background noise that's happening? What if they don't have the menu item I want? Then what do I do? How do I make sense of all of this at the same time? It's the little details that we get stuck on. And then those little details have to formulate into a bigger picture, but it takes a lot of time and energy and effort to put those little details into place. And it's very much like, what if the waiter says this? How do I respond? Do I say anything about what I want to eat? Do I make eye contact? Do I smile, right? Like, we're thinking about all of those things at the same time. And think about how fucking exhausting that is. So if this resonates for you, save this video to come back to later. I wanted to respond about what's the alternative to bottom-up thinking from autistic people, where you walk into a restaurant or a new room, you have to orient, all the little details are overwhelming and exhausting, you don't know how to act, you're overthinking how you socialize, do I smile, do I do this, what if they don't have the thing that I want to order, right? The alternative for neurotypical people is that they walk in to a new environment, orient very quickly, the small details, the background noise, it all fades away. They're not listening to the sound of the kitchen. They're not listening to the conversation over here or the smell that's happening over here. They're not paying attention to any of that. They can socialize in a way that isn't uncomfortable, not overthinking their choices, how they're looking at the waiter, how they're talking to their friends. It just comes naturally. Again, this is about developmental milestones and how the brain developed, so that neurotypical development hits all the milestones when they should.
To shower. I know I'll feel better if I shower. I know I'll feel better if I shower. Just that I know the water is gonna on my skin and it's gonna be and I don't it's like I like it. It's not at first and then I have to stop it and then I'm gonna be cold. But if I just bath then I'm gonna know I'm not all the way clean. But I have to stand the whole time. Do it, I can do it, I can do it. I can do it, I can do it. I can do it. At times like these, I gotta be my own mother, ask myself what will make it better. I set out an outfit that I feel good about. Everything I will need after I get out of said bathrobe at the ready. Using my checklist. Make the room warm.
Shit, bitch, damn cock.
What's the word for I'm starving, but I would rather die than eat anything in my...
Okay, I was not expecting the response that this video got, but we need to talk about it, and I'm not even gonna bother setting up my ring light or, quite frankly, brushing my hair to do it. As a neurodivergent TikToker, I was not expecting that lip sync from another neurodivergent TikToker to hit anything other than neurodivergent TikTok. But it did. And a lot of people had a lot of responses to it. And some of those responses included, the word for that is lazy, the word for that is stubborn, the word for that is spoiled. And to be fair, there are some people who do say things like that, who are just being lazy, stubborn, or spoiled. And it also reminds me how many neurodivergent folks are called lazy or stubborn or picky because there's a very real misunderstanding of what's going on in their brains and their bodies. But this is a very real and visceral experience for a lot of us, and sometimes we have to make fun of it because if we don't, we cry. Members of the neurodivergent community, particularly the ADHD community, are more likely to have anxiety, depression, eating disorders, and sensory processing issues. We're not always able to pay attention to our body's cues in time. We struggle with decision-making. We struggle with executive functioning. And oftentimes, our society isn't set up for people to get curious about that. It's set up for people to shut us down and move on with their lives. Now, I, personally, am a member of the ADHD community with a lot of privilege. I have had access to healthcare, clean food and water, and education so that I can better treat and understand what's going on with me. I believe that I have a responsibility to support my community. It's also quite literally my job to support ADHDers. So in response to this video, I'm going to be launching a series about ADHD and food and ADHD and sensory issues. So if you'd like to learn more about that, go ahead and give this a like and consider following.
Listen, look at me. I want to be chill.
This is also really interesting to me because I feel like it aligns with an autistic person's tendency to be really rigid in the way that they conceptualize humanity. Hold on, no, just wait. A lot of us tend to theorize, and those who tend to theorize have a very strict idea of what things are. Like, for example, when it comes to romance or the concept of love, I have a very specific idea of what love means, and, romantic love specifically. So when someone tells me that romantic love can exist in other forms, it gets really frustrating for me because I can't see past the ways that I've always contextualized love. Plus, love is one of those things, because it's so arbitrary, it frustrates us, I feel like. And that's why connecting with people romantically can be really difficult for us. It's because what even is love? We need an answer, and there is none.
Me, I'm not that neurodivergent, right? I'm probably faking it.
God fucking damn it, Dave.
Hello? You? No. Fuck. No, I'm not doing that.
Have you seen our phone? I need to find it. I need to doom scroll. What do you mean you can't find it? Like, I don't know where it is, but it only belongs in 5 places. I know that, but it's not in any of those places. It's not there. It's out of place. I'm sorry. Oh, what are we gonna do? We could just look in different places? But how can it be in different places when it's supposed to be in these 5 spots? I don't know, but I need it. You're making me panic. You're making me panic.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us. Static treated, we get tricked. Static fixes, we get kicked.
My name is Chicky, 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 Chicky.
I am so good at masking. No one would ever realize I was autistic if I didn't say anything.
Look, there she goes, that girl is so peculiar. I wonder if she's